Hello friends, it's Nails by Ray and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day, and today's video is going to be a beginner's guide to everything you need to do polygel nails, like the nails you see here. These are these two sets that I've been obsessed with. They are polygel, and although this isn't a tutorial video, it is just a beginner's guide to everything you'll need to do polygel nails the way I do. So getting straight into everything, first you're going to need a cuticle pusher. This is one that I've had for years, and it has a scraper at the other end, so I use this to push back my cuticles and to also scrape off any excess product on my nails. So I have a ton of hand files, but these are the two that I like to use. So I have my Tammy Taylor 100 grit hand file that I use on my natural nail, and then I have my 80 by 80 grit hand file that I've gotten from Temu. I use this to file my polygel, and it's really gritty, which is great for filing thick polygel. So next, I have my nail prep dehydrator and my acid-free primer. These come as a set together, and I use my dehydrator on my nails and also my primer afterwards. So next is the glue that I like to use to glue on my nail tips. I like to use my Burano 3-in-1 base gel for the majority of my polygel nail sets, and I also recently got this nail art glue. I don't use this glue as much as I use the Burano one, but this one is very strong, so it's a great alternative if you want your nails to last really long. I usually have my nails on for 2 weeks max, so I usually use the Burano one. So these are some nail tips that I'm going to show you that I use. I use these nail tips from Burano, and these ones I use specifically for when I do short nails because they're already fairly short, and this is what I consider short, I know. And I have like the little numbers written on the side so I know what my sizes are and it's easier to pick them out. And if I need to cut my nail tips shorter to do short nail designs, I use this nail clipper. You put your nail in between and then you just like press it and it clips the nail down. So I love long nails, so these are the long nail tips that I like to use for my coffin shaped nail designs. And although dual forms can be used for polygel nails, I don't use dual forms, but I did save this dual form box, and it's filled with the little nail tips. These are the nail tips that I actually use to create the design I have on my hands right now. Now we're getting into polygel application. I like to start off by putting some sunscreen on my hands. I do wear gloves that protect me from the UV light of my nail lamps, but the parts that are exposed, I still like to put some sunscreen on that area. And speaking of protecting my hands, I use these UV gloves. You've seen them in plenty of my videos. I have these pink ones that have been through a lot, and I will be replacing them soon, but I also have these black ones as backup, although they are a bit tight, and I'd suggest getting gloves that fit well so that when you're wearing them for long periods of time, they're not cutting off your circulation. And of course, when you're working with any type of gel product, you need base and top coat. I have this little set here that I got from a cart. Plenty of polygel kits come with top and base coat. I also have this no wipe top coat that I love to use to finish out my nail sets. Now of course you can't do polygel nails without polygel. And so I'm just going to show you some of the colors that I have. I have so many polygels, honestly, like it would be crazy to show you every single tube I have, but these are some that I've gotten from a cart. It's one of my favorite brands to get polygel from because it's just easy for me to work with and the consistency is nice and it dries well. So the colors that I chose to show you guys today are colors that I think are great for beginners. They have some nudes, some milky white, regular white, clear, and some pinky shades. I think these are usually colors you find in beginner polygel kits anyway, so it's great to get these. So it's nearly impossible to work with polygel without some slip solution. This nail surface cleaner works as a slip solution and it also helps to wipe off the tackiness of your nails after you've cured your polygel. My preference is to use 91% isopropyl alcohol that you can get from any pharmacy. I use it and I put it in this pump tool. I also have lint-free wipes that I use to help me wipe off the tacky layer, as well as I pour this into a dappen dish to help me move around my polygel. So I will be getting into the tools that I use later, which will include polygel brushes. So actually, I'm not going to do this later. I'm going to do it now. These are the polygel brushes that I use. I have so many of these, but these are just some that I've gotten. And they usually come in these little like tube thingies, and it's dual-sided. Most of them are dual-sided. They have this scraper tool, which is great for scraping off excess polygel. And then this is the brush that you use. I would dip it in my isopropyl alcohol, which would be in my dappen dish, and then I would use it to glide around the polygel and form it into whatever shape I desire. These are the lint-free wipes that I was talking about. I buy these in bulk on Temu. They come in like so many, like 600 in one pack, which is great because I feel like I go through so many of these in one nail set. So I would take one of these and then I would push it against my pump, and then it would spread the alcohol all over, which I would use this to wipe off any polygel that I don't want to work with anymore, if I want to start over, or just to wipe off the tacky layer of the gel left over on my nails. So now getting into the tools that I use to glue down my nail tips when I first start, I like to use this gooseneck flash cure lamp. It helps me to place the nail tips in a upright, straight position before I officially cure them. It's easier than sticking my hand in a nail lamp because I can hold the nail tip in place as I cure it. Another and the most important nail lamp that I use is this one that I've had for a few years. This nail lamp is what I use to cure my polygel. Because polygel is thicker than just a regular coat of gel polish, you need a stronger wattage nail lamp to cure them. So this is the one that I use. Oh, it is so dirty. I'm sorry, guys. It's just a bunch of gel over the years that have cured on it, but it's still chugging through and I love her. And for filing and shaping, I use my electric nail drill. Sometimes hand files just isn't cutting it, so you have to go in with your e-file. And this is the one that I've been using in all of my videos. I've been using her for a few years and she's great. I love her. It is a cord one. It's not cordless. I just don't feel the need to get cordless. But this kit that I have, oh, don't ignore the dust that came out of that. But this kit I have comes with a brush and a few drill bits. I do have some extra drill bits that I bought separately, and I will not say that these came in the kit because they did not, but I've collected several drill bits over the years, and these are just some of them that I just keep inside this box. After filing my nails, I like to use one of my buffing blocks to buff out the ridges created by the e-file. And then once I'm completely satisfied with the shape that I filed my nails into, I use this brush to clean my nails. So I would get it wet and I would add some soap and I would clean off all of my nails, starting from my cuticles all the way to the tip of my nails. So for nail art, these are all the nail brushes that I have to do a variety of different designs. They're all different lengths too. So this is one that I have. Sometimes I don't even use them to do nail art. I use them to clean up some parts of my nail. Like if I do a French tip and I want it to be really precise, I use it to kind of clean off some excess gel. And sometimes if I don't want to dip my brush into gel polish colors, I use some of these liner brush gels where the brush inside is already really thin and it's already dipped in the gel polish color. So if you need white or black, you just use this. I'm also going to show you these gels that I have. These are metallic ones, so I have silver, gold, and rose gold. And then I also have a variety of colorful ones. I actually haven't used these yet, but these are from a brand that I've been really liking lately. And so I would suggest getting these if you want a variety of colors for your nail art. And lastly, I wanted to also show you the mixing plate I like to use for sometimes when I'm creating certain designs, mixing gel polish colors together. This is a great base to do that with. And so this is the rhinestone glue that I like to use for a lot of my designs. I also use these ones. So these are all Macart. There's sculpture gel, rhinestone glue, and then there's a rhinestone glue with a very thin precision tool. And I use these to glue down all of my charms, gems, and rhinestones. So this solid nail glue gel from Decor is something new I've recently added to my collection, and I love using this to create my own nail charms. I also love using IBD hard gel to create 3D designs. I've used these plenty of times on my channel. You guys know I love 3D art, so this is my go-to to create that. And when it comes to rhinestones, I have so many of these. I'm only going to show you just a few that I have, but these are some of the rhinestones that I have. These are like silver and gold. Some of these are like AB crystals, so they have a little iridescence to it. They're similar to the ones I have on my left hand, and I'm just showing you some of the crystals have like different shapes, like hearts or diamond shapes or just regular circle AB crystals. And these tools are my wax stick and picker, so I use this to pick up all of my rhinestones. The wax stick sticks to the gems, picks it up, and then I can use the tool on the other end to adjust it to my liking before I cure them down. So going in deeper with all of the nail art design stuff, I have some white pearls here. And I also have gold and silver pearls. I actually haven't had the chance to use these yet, but I have them as a just in case I have a design that requires these. And this is only, I'd say, a small portion of all of the gems and rhinestones that I have. These are my butterfly ones, so I have a whole Ziploc filled with my butterfly charms. I have different butterflies. This Ziploc is filled with some of my pink charms, so all the charms that have pink in them, because I really have a lot of pink, I had a separate Ziploc for them. So all of my pink cute kawaii nail charms that I have yet to use are all in here. This Ziploc contains all of my gold charms. This bag is filled with a variety of different types of charms, from stars and moons and different like things. I also have like some letter charms that I really want to use one day, but this is just all of my gold charms. And lastly, I'm showing you my glitter Ziploc. All of my glitters, I have pixie glitters, I have fine glitter, thicker, chunkier glitters, they're all in here. And these are some that I've used before. I have a nail set where I use these pink ones. And glitter can get a bit messy, but it is fun to look at when your nail set is all done, and it's really pretty. So these contain my pixie glitters. These are actually the exact ones that I used on my right hand. And lastly, at the end of your polygel nail set, you will need to use cuticle oil. This is one that I use at the end of my videos. I love it so much. It's very nice, and I love to rub this in, and it's very nice and relaxing. I don't know, I just like to include it in my videos. And this oil I've had for years, but it's still mostly full. I use this one when I'm taking pictures for my thumbnails.